chips. Bet you can't eat just one.
Lay's potato chips. One chip is never enough. A simple phrase that turned into one of the most recognizable slogans in snack history. And once you tear open that yellow bag, you instantly understand why. These paper-thin, golden slices aren't just food. They're habit-forming, comfort-packed, crunch-loaded icons. For millions of people around the world, grabbing a bag of Lay's is part of everyday life. Today, we're going behind the scenes to reveal exactly how those legendary chips are made. From muddy potato fields to sealed bags on store shelves, this is the full journey of a Lay's potato chip, and it's far more impressive than you might expect. Welcome to one of PepsiCo's largest and most technologically advanced chip factories in Europe. This massive facility operates almost non-stop, producing millions of bags of chips every single day. At full capacity, the plant processes several tons of potatoes every hour, running multiple production lines simultaneously to keep up with global demand. PepsiCo is now among the largest potato buyers on Earth, sourcing hundreds of thousands of tons every year. But not just any potato earns a spot in a Lay's bag. Only specific varieties, grown under strict conditions, are chosen for the job. The journey begins in open potato fields during harvest season. Since potatoes grow underground, farmers use heavy-duty harvesting machines designed to gently lift entire plants from the soil. These machines dig deep, pulling up potatoes along with dirt, rocks, and roots. Everything is fed onto vibrating conveyor screens that shake away loose soil while sorting thousands of potatoes per minute. As the harvester moves forward, trucks drive alongside it, collecting the freshly unearthed crop without ever stopping the operation. Once filled, those trucks head straight to nearby storage facilities built to handle enormous volumes of potatoes day after day. Before storage, the potatoes pass through optical sorting systems. These machines use high-speed cameras and sensors to scan each potato for size, shape, and surface quality. Air-powered ejectors instantly remove anything that doesn't meet standards. Damaged, misshapen, or undersized spuds never make it past this point. Approved potatoes are then stored in climate-controlled warehouses capable of holding tens of millions of potatoes at once. Here, they rest for weeks or even months until the factory calls for the next batch. When production begins, forklifts retrieve massive crates of potatoes and send them toward the washing area. This first wash removes leftover dirt and debris because the factory pays for potatoes, not the soil they came with. Workers also perform manual inspections, catching anything machines might miss. Within 24 hours, those same potatoes arrive at the processing plant. When a delivery truck pulls in, the entire vehicle is lifted and tilted forward, allowing thousands of potatoes to cascade onto conveyor belts below. From there, samples are tested for starch levels, a critical factor in how the chips will fry. Even though they were cleaned earlier, the potatoes are washed again using industrial systems with rotating brushes, high-pressure jets, and swirling water baths. This step protects sensitive equipment further down the line. Even a grain of sand could damage cutting blades. Next comes peeling. The potatoes tumble inside large rotating drums lined with abrasive surfaces that gently remove the skins. Water jets flush away the peels as the potatoes spin. Advanced camera systems immediately scan the peeled potatoes, and any defects are removed with precise bursts of air. Size matters here. Automated systems separate potatoes by dimension. Oversized ones are sliced in half, while standard-sized potatoes continue forward. Workers remain stationed along the line, providing one last human quality check. Now comes the transformation. The potatoes drop into high-speed slicers, where centrifugal force presses them against razor-sharp blades. In a fraction of a second, each potato becomes dozens of perfectly uniform slices, each one cut to an exact thickness, measured in fractions of an inch. This precision determines whether the chip will be crisp, light, and evenly cooked. Different blades are used for different products. Smooth blades create classic flat chips, while ridged blades produce the iconic waves found in varieties like Ruffles. Immediately after slicing, the chips are rinsed multiple times to remove excess surface starch. Without this step, the slices would clump together during frying. After rinsing, the chips are partially dried and sent straight to the fryer. The frying process takes place in massive continuous fryers filled with hot oil heated to around 350 degrees Fahrenheit. The chips remain submerged for several minutes as moisture escapes and oil takes its place. The exact time and temperature are constantly adjusted based on starch and moisture levels in each batch. Lay's uses a carefully controlled oil system, a blend of fresh and previously used oil, to maintain consistent flavor and color. Too much new oil makes chips greasy. Too much old oil darkens them and alters the taste. Balance is everything. Once perfectly cooked, the chips emerge golden, fragrant, and incredibly delicate. That's why the entire conveyor system gently vibrates instead of using traditional belts. These subtle movements prevent the ultra-thin chips from cracking before they're packaged. Before seasoning, another optical sorting system inspects hundreds of chips per second. Any slice that's too dark, burnt, or uneven is removed instantly using pinpoint air jets. Now comes flavor. While the chips are still hot, they enter rotating seasoning drums. Fine layers of salt or spice blends are evenly distributed as the drum spins, ensuring every chip is coated edge to edge. The heat helps the seasoning stick perfectly. Random samples are pulled for taste, texture, and appearance checks. Only after passing these tests do the chips move on to packaging. High-speed multi-head weighers calculate the precise combination of chips needed for each bag size. Once filled, bags are flushed with nitrogen gas to replace oxygen, keeping the chips fresh and creating the familiar air cushion that protects them during transport. The bags are sealed, boxed, stacked on pallets, wrapped and loaded onto trucks. From there, they travel across cities, countries, and continents, ending up in stores, vending machines, and kitchen cabinets around the world. And that's how Lay's potato chips go from underground crops to crunchy legends. So be honest, can you really stop at just one? Drop a comment below, hit like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe for more behind-the-scenes factory journeys. And if you know someone who loves Lay's just as much as you do, send this video their way.